I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally, okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you're gonna see. I promise you're gonna see.
Shakur Stevenson is all set to fight Teofimo Lopez and is leaving no stone unturned during his training session for that clash. Shakur is working hard to get the job done on January 31st, and his dedication has even shocked the boxing world. Eddie Hearn suggests Shakur Stevenson has the skill to beat Teofimo Lopez, but believes the outcome heavily depends on which version of Teofimo shows up. He points to size as the biggest variable, noting that Teofimo is a large and physically strong 140-pounder, while Shakur is on the smaller side. With Teofimo even discussing a move to 147, Hearn sees a clear physical disadvantage for Shakur. In his view, Shakur's greatest risk comes when he moves up in weight and begins to lose the natural size and strength advantages that have helped him dominate so far.
Who shows up?
Yeah, it always depends on what Teofimo shows up. I think Shakur beats him.
Yeah.
But the weight, again, right, don't forget, Teofimo's a big 140.
Yeah.
Shakur is probably a small 135, right? Or you know, not really a big 135.
Yeah.
Teofimo's talking about going to 147. So you have a big size disadvantage going into that fight. But someone like Shakur is only going to get beat when he moves up and loses his advantage necessarily against a much bigger and stronger guy.
Yeah.
Teddy Atlas is also excited for this matchup, highlighting the athleticism and talent on both sides. He notes that Shakur Stevenson is extremely athletic and skilled, while Teofimo Lopez brings explosive power along with his own athleticism. Atlas leans slightly toward Lopez because of that power, but says it's shaping up to be a very intriguing fight.
You know one thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power, but Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is going to be interesting.
Bozianis breaks down the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez matchup as a fight that starts technical before shifting in Shakur's favor. He believes the early rounds would be tactical and competitive, but over time, Shakur's precision and control would allow him to gradually pick Teofimo apart. Still, Ennis pushes back on the idea that it would be easy, stressing that Teofimo is a real athlete who can punch, box, and create problems. In his view, those physical tools ensure the fight stays challenging, even if Shakur ultimately separates himself as it goes on.
Good fight, good fight.
January 31st. I know you're going to be in the
Oh, I
building.
gotta be there. That's my young one. Yeah.
Now that it's here, what you think?
I think it's gonna be a technical fight from the beginning. And then I think later on, Shakur gonna pick him apart, man. He's gonna pick him apart. And I gotta tell everybody this, that Wichicombe is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all that. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there, you know what I mean?
Bozianis frames Shakur Stevenson as a fighter whose skill set transcends weight classes. He points out that Shakur has already boxed and outclassed much bigger opponents, even handling fights closer to a light heavyweight size with ease. From Ennis's perspective, moving up is the right decision, as Shakur's movement, control, and boxing IQ allow him to neutralize size disadvantages.
They've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur box big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Boots, he box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
Meanwhile, Keith Collin frames Lopez vs. Shakur as a high-level competitive matchup with major implications for the sport, arguing the winner could emerge as the next face of boxing by consistently beating elite opposition. While he leans toward Shakur, narrowly edging it, he also emphasizes that Teofimo remains a dangerous opponent, describing him as sharp under the bright lights and someone who typically rises to the occasion against top-tier competition, despite past ups and downs.
I feel like it's a great fight. It's going to be a competitive fight, and whoever win this fight is gonna, you know, I feel like they're gonna be the person to kind of be like taking over the sport, you know, because, you know, they fighting the best, and you know it's gonna keep being like that. So whoever win this fight, and if you ask me who I think gonna win, I feel like Shakur's gonna edge him out. But Tio's a sharp guy, you know, and he shine under the lights, you know. Yeah, he had his ups and downs, but for the most part, when he got in there with top opposition, you always seen the sharp good Tio.
Keith Collin views the matchup as a true 50-50 fight, stressing respect for both fighters. He points to Teofimo Lopez's accomplishments as a two-division undisputed champion, while also acknowledging Shakur Stevenson's sharp skill set and reputation as a highly respected boxer. From his perspective, neither man holds a clear edge going in.
I'll say yeah. Just with respect for both opponents. You know, Tio, he's a two-time Ring Magazine champion. For, you know, undisputed. He's undisputed 2 weight divisions. Shakur, you know, he's a sharp fighter, and he's a respected boxer. So I feel like this is a 50-50 fight.
Furthermore, Rolly Romero expresses excitement about a potential Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez matchup, calling it a high-level fight. He points out that both are Olympians and multi-division world champions, praises Stevenson's athleticism and defense skills, and expects a fast-paced, highly competitive contest.
I think it's a great fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, you know, because I mean, at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Tio is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very. Shakur coming out from the. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good fight. I'd like to see it.
Moreover, Keyshawn Davis frames Shakur Stevenson as a fighter operating on a different level, arguing that only a boxer who is completely obsessed with the sport can even compete with him. He describes Shakur as someone who lives and breathes boxing, constantly thinking about it and treating it with total seriousness. From Davis's perspective, talent alone isn't enough. To stand a chance, an opponent would need to love boxing just as deeply and be just as consumed by it. Otherwise, they won't even be able to compete, let alone win.
I'm saying, so I don't give a fuck who he fights. Bro, Shakur is serious. Like, Shakur go to sleep at night, dreaming. Like, Shakur is serious about it, bro. Like, for real. I tell Shakur all the time, like, I love how much you love boxing. like, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take somebody that just loves it as much as he does to even just go in there and compete with him. You know what I'm saying? Shakur ain't fucking around.
Lamont Roach Jr. sees the matchup as a strong fight and says he is looking forward to it, leaning towards Shakur Stevenson to win. He adds that the outcome could open the door to a future blockbuster bout between himself and Stevenson.
Shakur against Teofimo.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's a great fight. I can't wait till it happens. I think Shakur wins. I think that'll line up a future mega fight for me and Shakur.
Okay. At what weight would you prefer it to be at?
Whatever way he wants it to be at.
Okay.
I think 35, because he said he wants to go back to 35.
Yeah.
And defend his belts. So
this is at 140, this fight, right?
Yeah, his fight is at 140. We're both fighting at 140.
Yeah, I know. Weird. So you think that's more, that's more advantageous, I would say, for Teofimo. He's more used to fighting. You still think that he wins, though, Shakur?
Yeah, I still think that he wins. Teos have fits with guys who are technical.
Yeah.
And the only technical guy that he didn't have a problem with is Lomachenko.
Lamont Roach Jr. backs Shakur Stevenson's approach, saying he fights smart to secure victories. He highlights Stevenson's recent performance in past bouts, noting how he focuses on landing punches while avoiding damage. Roach adds that Stevenson capitalizes decisively when openings appear. Though the style might not always thrill fans, he insists the fight remains high quality, and there's nothing wrong with how Shakur competes.
How do you feel about Shakur's style? Sometimes he gets a little flack, all the Tom and Jerry stuff.
I mean, he do what he do to win.
Did you like his last performance?
I did. I like a lot of his performances.
Yeah.
He's a hit and not get hit guy.
Yeah.
And once he seeks the opportunity or has the opportunity to punch on some people, he does. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, like, if you want to say fan friendly, sometimes it might not be, but it's very few.
On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson's former sparring partner, Shakur Foster, predicts the Lopez fight could pose problems for Stevenson. He explains that styles make fights, and believes this particular matchup might not play in Shakur's favor.
Essentially, if he beats him, I assume he would probably stay at 140 then.
Nah, styles make fights. I don't know. I don't really see. I think that's a bad style matchup for Shakur.
Really? You're like the 10th person that's told me this. I kid you not. Like, it's just because I know the obvious people will be like Shakur's undefeated.
Shakur Foster thinks Shakur Stevenson struggles when he isn't the most athletic in the ring. He notes that Stevenson's left hand doesn't carry knockout power, and says that Lopez's style creates a tough matchup, giving Lopez the edge to win.
Shakur, he likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Shakur kinda, he's a right-hander fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meeting guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me, do he got a solid left hand?
I mean, I haven't been punched.
You seen him throw it. You seen him throw it, but you've never seen him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys, that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a bad style matchup for him. I see Teofimo beating him.
So that's it from today's video, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Share your thoughts and predictions for this fight in the comments section, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos.